5 years after the signing of the Paris Agreement at COP21, we celebrate today what has often been called the spirit of Paris, the exceptional mobilization of the international community that led to the adoption of the first Universal Climate Agreement. But we are looking to the future. The future is about strengthening the commitments of the agreement's parties to ensure that its objectives will be achieved. The civil society was already involved in 2015, and that is what made the Paris Agreement a success. Their contribution is recognized in the Paris Agreement with the so-called Agenda for Action, which promotes climate action through sectoral coalitions. This means that all of us, governments, companies, citizens or consumers, no matter which areas we are active in, can and must participate in this task of the century. Together, we have what it takes to seize the momentum and accelerate climate action. Together, we will make our planet great again.
The Paris Agreement is dedicated to the notion that humanity can and will work together to address climate change in order to build a clean, green, healthy and prosperous future for all. We therefore celebrate the Paris Agreement on its 5th anniversary. But to truly recognize the importance of the agreement, we must continue to finalize its full implementation. The window of opportunity to address climate change will likely soon close, making 2021 a critical year to make progress, all of which will culminate at COP26 in Glasgow. We still have significant work ahead, but this work is absolutely necessary. We in the United Nations Climate Change look forward to working with all of you to unleash the full potential of the Paris Agreement and to ensure it continues to evolve and to support our collective climate goals in the future.
We are celebrating the 5th anniversary of the Paris Climate Agreement this year. It is a cornerstone of the multilateral order and one of the greatest achievements of climate diplomacy. Fighting climate change is the challenge of our time. We have all learned in the current pandemic that timely and determined action is key to fight the virus. Bending the curve of emissions requires the same determination. In that spirit, let us continue to join forces and raise our climate ambitions to limit global temperature increase to 1.5 degrees.
The climate crisis does not stop during the pandemic. Over the pandemic, we should not lose sight of the need to fight climate change. And we as Europeans have a roadmap for this fight. We have the European Green Deal. The European Green Deal is our recovery program, our transition program, our economic booster for Europe to find a way to a more climate-friendly future. And we as Europeans are the first ones to have inscribed climate neutrality for 2050 into law. And by this, we are leading by example for the rest of the world. Let's stay true to our commitments in fulfillment of what Paris Agreement obliges us and urges us to do.
Next year, the UK, in partnership with Italy, will host COP26 in Glasgow. The science is clear. We all need to step up our efforts to keep global warming at bay. In our role as COP26 presidency, the UK is calling on all countries to come forward with more ambitious commitments, both short and long term, to reduce their carbon emissions. We're also pushing for accelerated action across 5 key areas: energy, transport, finance, nature, adaptation, resilience. To succeed, we'll build a strong alliance with all of society, businesses, cities, regions, civil society, and youth. Jointly, we can accelerate the transition to a net zero world, We count on your support.
Italy and UK will join their efforts again in 2021. Next year, we will host the pre-COP in Italy and the COP26 in Glasgow. Our parallel G20 and G7 presidencies will be conducive to a stronger engagement in the international community to find a common way out of the coronavirus crisis. Our G20 presidency has just begun. On December the 1st, the UK G7 presidency will begin quite soon. As to climate issues, global leadership fora, such as the G20 and G7, have always led by example, setting the stage for more ambitious climate commitments by the international community.